everyone, thank you so much and welcome to more of a sit down and let's talk video. For those of you who are new to my channel, first of all, let me welcome you. My name is Nandi. I have been going through a personal journey of one, paying down my debt, but of also overall building wealth. And if you've been with me before and you are a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I'm always happy to see you. I wouldn't be here without your support, so thank you so much for joining me for another video. In today's video, I just wanted to chit chat with you guys. I know many of you are going through a process of either paying down debt or learning how to become better with your finances, and that's why you keep coming back to my videos. Today's video, I wanted to focus on important things we should be doing as we are paying down debt so that we don't completely lose our mind in the process and enjoy life a little bit more. I have 4 things that I want us to keep in mind on this journey. These are things that have helped sustain me for the past 9 months and that I hope would also help you as well. It's really important as you go through the journey of paying down debt or becoming better, learning how to manage your money more responsibly, that you keep in mind in order for you to stay sane. When you're going on this journey, you need to develop the discipline of budgeting. The first thing you need to learn is the basics, right? The discipline of budgeting. This has been critical for me on my journey. What I love about budgeting, especially the way I budget, is that it allows me to do both tracking, right? Where I'm looking back on, okay, how much did I spend? Based on how much I spent before, how much room do I have for the following week or the following month? So with budgeting, you are constantly adjusting so that some weeks you spent a little bit more and other weeks you spent a little bit less. How are we tracking? And what I love about budgeting is that it frees you from being stuck in one thing. You have fixed expenses. Your fixed expenses, you don't have a whole lot of room for you to grow. But with your variable expenses, there is room for you to manipulate and to constantly be adjusting. So that is where you get to play a little bit. If you follow me on my weekly budget with me videos, that's what I'm constantly doing. One week I spent a little bit too much on food. So the week after, I cannot spend that much money on food, or I'm going to have to cut back, right? Let's say I wanted to go buy clothes. I cannot because the week prior I spent too much on food. This is what I love about budgeting. So that's the first thing you have to keep in mind if you want to pay down debt without losing your mind, right? That's a basic. We all should know that. The second one is gain clarity. I wanted to incorporate this here because this one has been deeply impactful for me. You know that I love my paper planners as much as I love my mint. However, with paper planning, for those of you who do a lot of your planning on actual paper, it doesn't give you some of the data analysis you need to make you either feel better or be on alert. You see, whether it's wealth building, but specifically the journey of debt pay down is an emotional journey. The first thing you realize that you have a boatload of debt, the first thing that happens to you is fear. Your emotions quickly get out of whack. You freak out. When you start to think about all of your money just in your head, it freaks you out, it scares you, or it gives you a false sense of comfort. So in this part 2, I really want you to start analyzing the data. It gives you the opportunity to remove the emotion out of it and to start thinking about it in terms of just numbers, right? And when you remove that emotion out of it, you start to think more clearly and you feel a little bit better. Or if you feel bad, it's the type of urgency that activates action. I like to use Mint.com, specifically the trends portion of Mint.com. If you're not familiar with that section on Mint, I'm going to leave the link down below of the detailed tutorial that shows you how you can use Mint to analyze trends in your spending. So with Mint, what you're doing is that you can evaluate your spending by categories or by merchant. So for a while there, I was doing a good job paying down debt, but I still felt as though I was spending too much money. However, I went on Mint and I started analyzing my expenses. But, well, how much am I spending in XY category? Okay. Although it feels like a lot of money, it's only a small percentage of my overall expenses. Now, for those of us who are a little bit more higher income earners, the numbers begin to look better. So analyzing by percentage becomes even more important than analyzing just by the numbers, right? Somebody who's bringing in $2,000 a month and is spending $300 of that money on clothes, that's a little bit different than you who's bringing in $15,000 a month, spending $300 on clothes. Don't look just at the number, look at the percentage. So analyze your categories by percentage, but also go to the merchants. If you're like me, you are the type of person who probably has 2 or 3 stores where those are your go-to. You are swiping that card left and right. Analyze it by those merchants. Do a quick analysis of that merchant. Look at how much you're spending in terms of dollars, but also percentage, right? So if your dollar amount is $5,000, but that $5,000 is only 5% of your overall income, is that good to you, right? So gain that clarity. The next thing you need to do on this journey is to develop consistency. Budgeting is good. Analyzing is good, but if you're doing it once a year or every 6 months, it cannot help you. If you're doing it once a year or every 6 months, it will not help you the way it would if you were doing it consistently. My trainer will always tell me, Nandy, it is better for you to have a bad day at the gym than for you to not go at all. I should have listened, because if I did, I wouldn't have this extra chin here. But that's not for this video. That's for a different video, right? When it comes to consistency, here are some critical things you have to do. Whether you spent too much money or you didn't spend enough, pick a day and do it consistently. This is very important. Consistency on this journey is the beginning. Like, when you do it, because I mentioned earlier that this is about feelings, there's something about just going through the process of actually doing it. Even if you're not doing well, in your mind, you're doing something better, right? You're doing something right, and it helps you release endorphins. I suggest you do a weekly financial check-in. I usually do mine every Friday, if not Saturday. Like, by Sunday, my weekly financial check-in has to be done. Whether or not I post a video, I'm always doing a weekly financial check-in. If you cannot do a weekly financial check-in, do a monthly overview. Very important. Very, very important. If you can stick to these reviews on a weekly or a monthly basis, it will completely transform your life. It absolutely will. Because when you have not necessarily a problem with spending, this is more about you giving yourself the peace of mind that you are not overspending. The key to that is to be constantly adjusting, right? By budgeting, analyzing your data, and being consistent, you can constantly be shifting a little bit here, a little bit there, right? How we feel about money is very different from what the money actually looks like. So if every single week or every single month you're actually sitting there and looking at your data and looking at your numbers, you will feel very differently about your journey. And you can start giving yourself room to enjoy life a little bit more, right? So for me, my nails now has to be done on a regular basis. I used to never get my nails done. And for a while, I was feeling as though I was overspending. But when I started analyzing my numbers, I realized that I'm not overspending as much as I think I am. So now every time I sit down on my weekly budget, I'm keeping these things that I want to enjoy in life first and foremost at the forefront of my head. So if I wanted to go spend an extra $200 for my clothes, I cannot do it because I need to go spend $100 for my nails, right? So consistently sit down, analyze your number, adjust them, and have that clarity and consistency. Last but definitely not least, you guys, give yourself grace. This journey is not easy and we're going through a tough time, right? What we're bringing in versus what has to come out is very lopsided. And with that, there's only so much cutting back we can do before we lose it. I am not asking you to not be careful of your spending. I'm not asking you to not be cognizant of where you're spending your money. All I'm saying is show yourself some grace. If you've overspent, don't use that as an opportunity to not look at your number, right? Yes, you overspent. You get back on that horse. Get back on that horse and you'll do better next week. You'll do better next month. Imperfection here is better than quitting. Everything I just shared today very much comes from the fact that I myself have gone through these things the past 9 months. I have lived through every single one of these things and I continue to live through them. I will be taking you on my journey as I go through all of this. So if you are on your journey of paying down debt or building wealth, that journey requires you be very financially responsible and you cut back on a lot of expenses that can bring joy to your life. How do you go through that journey without completely losing your mind? Here is a quick overview of the things that I am doing to go through this journey of paying down debt, building wealth without losing my mind. I am budgeting. I am gaining clarity on my numbers. I am being very consistent and I'm showing myself grace. I hope these 4 things can help you. If there's something else that you are doing that is helping you on your journey, or if this resonated with you, please leave me a comment down below. I always love hearing from you guys and what you're going through on your personal journey. Thank you guys so much for joining me for another video. If you are not subscribed, please click that thumbs up button, because outside of these motivational videos, I also post about my own personal journey. You get to watch me literally be the head over my shoulder and watch me budget. You get to hear about my own personal investment story, how I have built a 6-figure rental income business from how I am paying down debt. This year, I've already paid down over $50,000 in credit card debt. I get to share with you my own personal network tracking, how my rental properties appreciating to give me close to almost $500,000 in net worth. I get to share my rental investing. I also get to share with you guys all of the knowledge that I am acquiring on this journey, downloading all of that information to you. Again, thank you if you are already a subscriber. And for all of you, I will see you in the next videos. Bye, my darlings.